All right, greetings. I'm so glad that so many of you joined us here today, and welcome to the Rolling Scope School Lithuania. So finally, the day has come and we all meet in our first introductory webinar. My name is Gerimantas Pukys and I will be your host today. So this is going to be quite a short session. It shouldn't take more than 45 minutes, so let's not waste any more time and begin. So this is our agenda for today. We will start from introduction of the course. We will check your schedule for the upcoming 7 months and then an introduction to the RS app. We were also supposed to do a live introduction to Git and VS Code, but to save time and since I would literally just say the same things I did last year, I will just link you to our last year session. It's pretty straightforward and you can watch it on your own time, but I do recommend doing it straight after this session. So when you do watch it, keep in mind that it was recorded last year and ignore any times and dates I mentioned there. If I remember correctly, the Git video also has parts of the old schedule mentioned in it. So please ignore any information regarding the schedule. And if you ever have questions about the actual schedule, you will need to look at the schedule, which I will introduce during this meeting. At the end, we will have a Q&A session, so please save your questions until the end and I will gladly try to answer them. All right, let's begin. So what is the Rolling Scope School? Briefly, this school is a community-driven course. It started quite some time ago, back in 2013, but in Lithuania, we have started this course only last year and we have already completed one run successfully, so this will be the second run. The school is not a direct product of EPAM, but rather a product of a few activists from EPAM. And what this means is that the curriculum is constantly improved according to feedback received by the mentees and by the trends of the workforce. We believe that education should be free for all, which means that we are not going to charge any money from you, and our team of mentors and lectors will also work for free to deliver you high quality knowledge. Now, why is it free? Because we really believe that people should be able to get education disregarding their age, their abilities, or financial situation. We really hope that after finishing this course, and in case of successful employment, you will also share knowledge with a new generation of students that will come after you. Since you are second generations of students here on RS Schools Lithuania, we are hoping that there will be many more to come in the future. I hope that you are excited about that as much as I am, and I would also like to note that this course will not be easy. And also, it's definitely not for everyone. So if you thought that we will teach you how to code in JS in a couple of months, well, you are wrong, because everything depends on you in this case. These are not just a series of theory webinars, and we usually don't dive very deep in most of the topics. So that is because it would take way more than the already long 6 to 7 months. So that means that you will have to learn and study hard on your own to finish the course successfully. Someone's not muted, so please mute yourself for now, at least.
So, sorry, Gerimantas, you're not sharing anything.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Cool. Thanks. Can you see it now?
Yes, thanks.
Yes. Yeah, basically, you didn't really miss anything. It was just a few slides. I thought I was sharing it, but apparently not. Thanks for the heads up. All right, so I was talking about that this course is pretty hard, so that's just one truth, and I just want you to be aware of it. That's basically it. So congratulations once again for becoming students of our school Lithuania. If you are in this meeting, you are already in the course. We are open to everyone and we don't ask questions about your age, gender, or whatever else. With the exception, and this is important, so please listen carefully, at least for this course, you must have a work permit in Lithuania to be able to participate, since we will be hiring the best students at the end of the course. A valid European Union work permit also works, since with it you are allowed to work in Lithuania. You can find more information on the RS School website, which you can see on the screen. I will also paste the link afterwards. And for anyone who doesn't have a work permit here, don't worry, because you will still be able to complete the tasks, just that you will not receive a mentor from stage 2, and you will not be able to get hired in Lithuania, because we really can't go around that. So my role for this school is the coordinator and mentor. You will also hear my voice on some of the lectures you will watch. So my job as a coordinator is to answer any of your questions you might have regarding the organization and hiring processes, etc. And you can reach me using our Discord channel in the questions tab. I think some of you already saw that, so that's where you can reach me, or directly if you want. And if you're not a member of our Discord channel yet, please hurry up and join, since all of the communication from now on will happen there. You can find an invite in this page as well, and I will also link it in the chat. Now, briefly about this year's program itself, it will take you about 6 to 7 months to complete fully on an average pace. And there's an electronic certificate waiting for everyone who does complete the course. So it's worth also noting that the most talented students will get the chance to join EPAM even earlier before actually finishing the whole course. So always remember to do your best. Also, I can proudly say that we have mentors from all over the globe who will also help you along the way. Some of the mentors I already saw are in this chat already. So also, you can contact all of the mentors using the Discord channel because the mentors have a special role assigned to them called mentors, of course. So briefly about the technologies to learn during this run. So of course, the bread and butter HTML, CSS, JS, and then various tools, which of course I will also show after I introduce it to the schedule. So, but the most important thing is that this year the framework is Angular. Last year was React, and this year it's Angular, and we are hoping that for the next run we will be able to provide you free choice on what you want to learn, either Angular or React, or maybe we'll try Vue, who knows. So yeah, basically this year you can't really choose, it's Angular. Sorry about that, like if that's bad for someone. I personally like Angular. So I also want to mention some of the benefits of our school. So first of all, these courses are absolutely free. You have no contract, no obligations, and you can exit anytime without consequences and come back for the next run. All we ask from you in return is your time and dedication. So this is only our second run in Lithuania, and your feedback is really important in improving the course. We try to be as thorough as possible so we can get to cover a wide range of topics, but sometimes there are things that people don't like. So always feel free to voice your opinion in the suggestions channel, which we have in Discord, or contact me directly if you want. Next up, you will face many interesting challenges along the way, and there are many more extra tasks you could get from your mentors if you're up for the challenge. But be prepared to spend from 10 to 20 hours per week. All of these webinars are already recorded and available on YouTube, so you are free to watch the lectures at a time of your convenience. We will also conduct live Q&A sessions twice a week if you ever face troubles during the course. I'm currently running a poll, which you can find in the announcements channel on Discord, and you can choose which time works best for you. But according to the results, I think that the time will be 5:30, Monday and Thursday, except if you guys actually vote for anything else, but it's currently dominating. And also you will get your own mentor from stage 2, which I will cover once I show you the course schedule. What's more is, again, the best students will get a chance to be employed to our Lithuanian office at the end of the course and in between stages for the extra talented people, as I mentioned before. You don't actually need to fully complete all 3 stages. If you're exceptionally good, we might even consider hiring you even earlier. During this course, you will get the opportunity to participate in various mock technical interviews to basically test your knowledge and get rid of interview fear, since basically those interviews are practically the same as you would get in any company when you would be hiring there. If you decide that you're not ready to complete the course, you can come back as many times as you want. I already mentioned this, and this is basically also really important. So if you ever feel like you're not making it, don't really let yourself down, because you can just quit the course, come back next year. It's no problem. So what is at the end? You will become a junior level front-end developer with a currently in-demand skill set. You will also receive an e-certificate of completion, if you actually successfully complete all the tasks. And as I mentioned many times before, but I can't stress this enough, the best talents will get the opportunity to get a job as junior software engineers at EPAM, Lithuania. And lastly, I want to mention our paid forward principle. Since we give out these courses free of charge, we expect you to do your part after you complete the course and register as a mentor yourself. By the way, since this whole thing is new in Lithuania, I would be very grateful to all of you if you could invite your friends, colleagues, fellow students, even family, if you think that they would be interested in this course. They could actually still make it onto this course and study with you because the registration closes on the 12th of February. All right, so your first task is called Markdown and CV, and it has a deadline of a week. So you don't really have a lot of time left, but the task is quite simple, so don't worry. It shouldn't take you more than half an hour. Sorry? Someone say something? All right. Also, please read through this abstract you see on the screen and make sure you know the theory, at least for the most part, that is described there. It will be very helpful during the course. I'll also paste the link into the chat if you can't scan QR codes right now. So this intro presentation is over, and perhaps you have some questions for me.
Yeah, could you repeat please about Angular?
What do you want to know? I was just mentioning that during this course, we will be learning Angular as a framework and not React, because React was last year, and yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else? You can also type it in the chat.
So
when will the course start? Like you said, people can apply. So when will the course start actually?
Gerimantas, you're on mute, just in case you're saying something.
Oh my God, I'm so lucky today. So Carolina, you did not hear my answer, right?
No, I heard silence.
All right, cool. So basically what I was saying is that the course has already started. And basically after this meeting, I will unlock every channel that has basically all the lectures in them, and you will be able to start watching the lectures. They're currently hidden because I didn't want people to actually start before, but yeah, and I will also show you the schedule because the actual presentation is not over. It's just the intro slide. So yeah, we will still cover some things, and I think that I will answer your questions later.
Regarding the employment at EPAM, is it only EPAM Lithuania or maybe also some other countries in Europe?
Basically, yeah, because this current run is for Lithuanian residents. But what is your interested country?
Germany.
Germany. As I know, Germany doesn't have these courses yet, but I will actually ask the people responsible for hiring whether it's all right, because I think we do have German offices, but I'm not sure that Rolling Scopes would be eligible for you to be hired. Well, we will see. I will let you know. Just please contact me on Discord so I don't forget.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Could you please check Poland as well?
Yeah, Poland has its own course, so you would have to register there directly because some of the lectures are from the Polish run, so you should definitely just go there directly. I'm not sure about the start dates for the Polish run, but yeah, it's there, and you should definitely apply there.
There is no Polish course on our school page, so that is why I'm trying to attend Lithuanian.
Actually, text me on Discord again, and I will send you the link because I'm pretty sure that there is.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Feel free
I
to
do
just ask.
Can I ask?
Sure.
Sorry for disrupting you. So I'm located in California, San Francisco. If there any chance to be like interviewed and after this finishing this class and then to be hired, of course after the passing the interview, if there's any
This
chance.
is basically, I will give you the same answer as I did regarding Germany because I'm just not sure. So I can't really like promise you anything.
Oh, maybe after just curious, maybe there was any recommendation or something,
Regarding USA.
Yes, I know
don't-
there's a two office, I guess, one in San Jose and one in San Francisco.
Yeah, we do have offices, but to be honest, I don't think that they are currently doing any sorts of programs for hiring. But I will, if you contact me through Discord, I will try to figure that out as well. Because I don't really know now. I would need to investigate.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Regarding the task? So I have opened the link and I saw lots of tasks. So is it the one regarding the CPU, RAM, and so on?
Oh, you're talking about the task. No, basically, this page is only for self-reading. So you just need to read through some of the topics. Don't even need to read all of them. It's just for your own information. The task itself will be, I will introduce it a bit later once we actually start introducing the schedule, because yeah.
Okay,
So
and what are the tasks listed there? So what are they for?
Oh, basically for your own, I don't know.
Improvement.
Yeah, thanks. Improvement.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Elnor? Your hand is up, so. Okay, Gediminas?
Thanks. So I did write a question in the chat, but I'll repeat myself. How many people were hired last year in comparison to people who studied? Do you know specifics or?
Yeah, sure. Basically, the previous one was not as crowdy as this one. I remember the introduction meeting was like 30 people, and now I see 120. So that's an improvement. But last year, eligible students, I think that there were like 20, maybe, and 7 of them got hired. Eligible, I mean that they had work permits.
Okay, thanks. And talking about remote work, is it possible to be hired in Lithuania, but work from another country is during some time, for example, in not extended periods, but for example, during traveling times?
I think that EPAM has a policy for remote work that you have a limit of days that you can work abroad. I think it's like 2 months. But if it's temporary and you actually live in Lithuania, then I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, I do. Just a question: if I was to travel somewhere for an extended period of time, what would be the policy?
And what's an extended period of time?
So it depends, of course. I'm just questioning it. Not necessarily this year, just for the future reference.
Yeah, so I think it's like 1 or 2 months.
Okay,
Something
thanks.
like that.
All right, thank you.
Okay. We still have questions. Do we still have questions? I will read the chat real quick. Can we use the certificate to get hired in our country? I wouldn't think so, to be honest. I'm not sure, but it could help. I mean, but I wouldn't be so sure. Izada asks, will it be okay for non-technical education because I have IT background? Or this program? No, this program is basically for everyone. We don't really mind if you don't have official education or anything like that. Should we do task 1? Yeah, I already answered that.
I have a question, so if we are doing some tasks in our private repository, could I then, after the course or maybe in the middle of the course, take them in my public repository in GitHub?
Yes, you can definitely do that, but we use private repositories just because other students don't copy each other's work. So if you don't mind, we would appreciate if you would not make them public only after the course.
Okay, thank
or
you.
you can basically change the title of the task so it's not easily found, and then go ahead if you want. Okay, so I think we can just move on then, because this is quite a long. Still need to go. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to the schedule next. Let me just share the link for people who want to watch it on their own. Feel free to open up the schedule for your own viewing. All right, so this is going to be the schedule, right? So what this is, basically, this is your point of information for every task, every date, every source, as you can see. And basically, you will need to use this primarily for just checking your deadlines. So as you can see here, this column is the suggested deadline. Suggested because these, for example, these white rows, like I'm not talking about the yellow ones, but let's talk about the white ones first. These white rows are basically just lectures, HTML, CSS, semantic CSS. So this is not a task, this is just a lecture. For example, it has a link. I just click on it. I open up the lecture. It's right here. You just watch it and close it. The suggested deadline here is just a recommended deadline for which you should watch this. It's just, since previously, the previous one, we had live lectures and the dates were actually set in stone when the lecture actually happens. So I used a similar approach and just gave suggestions so that people would be on time and don't need to rush through the whole course. So you are free to ignore these deadlines for the tasks, but I would highly recommend following them. All right, so as I started talking about lectures, all lectures are pre-recorded, except for some, yeah, JS Basic Part 2 is not recorded yet because I had to redo it. So it's basically in progress right now. I just didn't have time to finish it, but it's still quite a long time, like since you need to do it. So whatever. The white rows are, again, lectures. You'll find them everywhere. Flex, Grid, JS Basic, functions, DOM API, DOM events. But let's actually talk about the yellow ones. So these are the tasks. And I want to stress this, so everyone listen. The deadlines for the tasks are not suggestions. They are actually deadlines. So what this means is that your first task, as I mentioned, Markdown in Git, has a deadline of 7 days. So basically, you need to complete this task until February the 7th, as you can see here. The link to the task, each of these actual cells have links. You can click on them, open up the description, read through it. You don't need to remember this because because links to the tasks will also be inside the RS app, which I will introduce you a bit later. But for now, just watch the schedule because this is one way of organizing your work, and RS app also has a schedule, but it's not that good. So I think this one's better. So yeah, the yellow cells are basically tasks. You cannot miss deadlines. You can do tasks in advance, but you cannot miss deadlines. That's really important. So I just want to stress this enough. If you miss deadlines without a reasonable explanation, for example, okay, holidays, okay, so we got Corona, okay, that's a valid exception. But if you start missing deadlines, we will just expel you from the course. So I just want to stress that out. And okay, so this is task 1, and what we see here is task 2. So its deadline is the February 18th. So it's actually 18 days. It's not that much. So do keep that in mind. The schedule is pretty tight because we do have a lot to cover, and there are loads of tasks. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the final task. So 12 tasks, and they're pretty big. I mean, the first tasks are pretty easy, but they start to get more complex as you go. Okay, one more cell is the green cell. So these are tests, and just like tasks, they don't have recommendations, but they do have actual deadlines. So if you miss this deadline, you will no longer be able to take this test and you will not receive any points for this test. So yeah, is everything clear, or do you have any questions? Because I will still cover some other things, but if you have questions about, especially if you didn't understand the deadlines of the tasks, then it would be good if you just raise your hand, because this is important. Okay, we have one question.
We don't have lecture.
Well, Marina was first, so go ahead. Okay, Valerie, you go ahead.
We don't have lectures before the first test. Will it based on some information you will provide us?
Sorry, what do you mean? Yeah, I forgot to actually fix this. This lecture, as I mentioned before, we should have also covered Git during this intro webinar, but I decided to just give you a recording so you can watch it on your own time, just to make it, shorter. But you do actually need to watch this Git. I will try to. Okay, I'll just insert the link afterwards. But yeah, you will need to watch a course on Git. It's already on YouTube. I'll write it down so I don't forget. So thank you. So any other questions? Modestas?
As you said, that people who, when you said before that people can be hired in less time than 6-7 months, right?
Yeah.
And you said that we can complete these tasks in advance. And my question is it possible to get hired earlier than 6-7 months if I complete these tasks in advance?
Well, yes, of course. But do be aware that some of these tasks actually depend on other students. For example, I think web dev and the yellow is what we call cross-check tasks. What this means is that you will be checking each other's tasks. So if you do this task today, you will not have a partner because, well, basically no one's going to complete it today. That's like for sure. But it's guaranteed that they will complete it until this deadline. Crosscheck won't work if other people don't complete the task as well. Because, for example, you complete the task and someone else completes the task. And then you'll be assigned to each other to check each other's tasks, rate, and submit your score. You will have evaluation criteria, but it basically helps you to just review other people's code. So yeah, that's the whole point of it. But to answer your question about getting hired earlier, yes, I think that would be possible, but I will continue on about that a bit later.
Understood. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Niall.
And hi, I just want to ask, what is the test? Is it like a new task for us, or is it the same task which we did before, just someone has to check it?
It's basically another task. I will show you how it works a bit later.
Okay, can I ask one more question for
Sure.
the test? Should we do like it in the same day? Like, for example, if it's February 22, then we have to do the test in the same day, or we get this assessment like a few days before?
No, as I mentioned before, you will have access to all the tasks in advance and you can do them whenever you want. What's important is that you don't do them later than this day.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Martinas?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, this, I can find it.
Okay, and in the meantime, Asta, how many times can we do tests before deadline? Each test has different retrying attempts. I think on average, it's like 3 times. Sergey asked, what is the difference in learning process between people with and without work permission? So basically, You all get access to these lectures. You all can do these tasks, but only people with work permits actually get mentors from stage 2. And mentors will, because for stage 1, all of these tasks are either automatically checked or checked using Crosscheck, which I have mentioned briefly, where the students check each other's work. And stage 2 is basically all of these tasks are checked by your mentor. So if you don't have a work permit, you would not be able to get feedback on your tasks from stage 2. The RS schedule Excel file, you can just download it from here. I already sent you the link. So I guess, I'm not sure, but should be like download button or something. All right. Any more questions? R2.
Can I ask about the, sorry if I'm repeating, I mean, in our country, there is no EPAM yet, but it will be in a few months soon.
Okay.
And can we use like, I mean, the certificate like to hire there? Like I did the RS school courses and then.
Well,
like
yeah, basically the same answer as for Germany and USA. I just don't know currently. It really depends on the office. Maybe they do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, resend the schedule. Sure, I'll resend the schedule, and we can move on, I think.
Sorry,
Just
could I have one more question?
Sure.
Because there is no any links in tests.
Yeah, because I will explain why a bit later. No problem. Okay, so let's just move on. So this is the first stage, as you can see, the green line. So you are already in stage 1, right? You will move on, you will do tasks, and you will soon arrive at the first interview. So this interview is basically the first mock interview that we will conduct from these topics that you cover, only from stage 1. So it's not really a real technical interview, but it's like it's a mock interview from these tasks only. And basically, after this interview, we decide who goes on to stage 2 and gets assigned a mentor. Mentors actually choose their own students. So yeah, you can't really fail the interview. Well, except if you really didn't understand anything, then I guess you can fail. But to be honest, not a lot of people fail the first interview. So if you are eligible for stage 2, high chances are that you will pass. All right. So after this interview, we start stage 2. So everyone, again, who is eligible will get assigned a mentor. Now, what this mentor will do is basically he will check your homework, he will answer your questions, and he will conduct the last interview. So yeah, that's basically the mentor. You will be able to speak to him and communicate through Discord. Basically, everything will be done through Discord. So yeah, if you haven't joined Discord, I will send you a link after I'm done presenting. So don't worry if you can't find it. All right. So basically, these are just more topics. They are a bit more advanced, like inheritance, animation, HTTP, async, more complex tasks. Which you can see it already has bigger deadlines. For example, this task has 17 days. This one has 16 days. So yeah, they're a bit more complex. So do keep that in mind. If you find the first tasks easy, don't forget that it's going to get a bit harder. All right, so after you're done with stage 2, this is the one of the final interviews. I said final first, but it's actually a mistake because this is the second interview and there are 3 interviews in total. So yeah, so this interview is a bit more in depth. It will cover all of the topics, which you have already learned here, not including the stage 3 questions, of course. And you will also, after stage 2, if you are still eligible and you pass the interview, the tech interview, you will also receive a general HR call, which is basically our HR is going to call you and have that initial conversation. And after that, you will be added to EPAM Labs. EPAM Labs is just basically, you will become a student in our EPAM database. So basically, we can easily contact you, find you, and you will also get access to EPAM learning materials if you ever want to additionally learn anything. Why we add people to the lab is basically just bureaucracy, nothing else. It's just like nothing will change. You will still not have to sign any contracts or anything. We will just add you to another platform. It's nothing really that special. And of course, after stage 2, as I mentioned, after these interviews, you will get a chance to actually be hired a bit sooner. If you are a superstar, then yeah, you get the chance. So to answer your question, if you do the tasks in advance, you will not necessarily be hired earlier because you will still need to pass this interview. And this interview won't be done before this date. Okay, so after that, the process is the same. We filter out more candidates and the last part begins. So the framework, the lectures are still not available because we are planning on redoing them as well. And the final task. And after you complete this final task, you will get the certificate. And if you are a good student, you will also be starting the hiring process for EPAM. This is actually the third and final interview you will have, and this one will actually be real because you will be interviewed by actual engineers from EPAM and no longer your mentors or anything else. So it's a real interview. So yeah, that is about it, about the schedule. We will still cover the RS app itself, and that will be the final topic for today. So if you have any quick questions, feel free to ask them. If not, we just move on.
Yeah, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, my question is regarding stage 3, and then you mentioned that Angular will be pre-recorded. My question is there any chance to add the React as well?
Sorry, but during this course, we chose Angular. Actually, if you don't care about completing the course, you can just watch the videos we had from previous run if you're really interested, because it's available on YouTube. So if you are not planning on finishing this course, then feel free to just. So yeah. You are muted, so if you were saying something, then.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was my question.
All right. Anyone else? R2, you have your hand up. Okay, apparently not. Okay, so let's continue on to the last thing. So basically the RS app. But before we do that, I want you to actually register to GitHub. If you haven't done already, I will copy the link in just a second. If you haven't already, need to register here. I will quickly show you how to do that. So you just click sign up. You enter your email. I will enter basically anything. Yeah, a password, username. Spark Galaxy. And you click create account. And that is basically it. You will receive a code to your email. I hope you use your real email because I already have like 3 accounts. So I don't want a 4th one. So I will wait a few moments for people to actually sign up here because we will need GitHub if you want to follow along. So I'll wait like 2 minutes. So this is what you should be seeing once you sign up. I will still wait a few more moments. If you already have an account, feel free to just sign in because we will need to have GitHub. All right, so if you still haven't signed up, don't worry, you can just watch the recording later. So if you have your GitHub set up, I will send you the link to the actual course. So this will be our school app. The link I sent you is right here. So you just need to click sign up with GitHub. Oh, wait, I think that's the wrong link. Wait a moment. I think that's the wrong account. Maybe this one. Doesn't work. Okay, whatever. Let me find the invite link. Okay, there we go. So this is the actual link. And you will be presented with this registration form. So if the course is not yet selected, you will need to select RSLT JavaScript February 2022. So please be exact. So this is your first name. Last name. So select your city here. And your email. It's not my email, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Clicking submit. You have successfully registered and we can go to home now. You will be able to see, oh, okay, you won't be able to see that for some reason. Let me just log into my other account then again. Wait a moment.
Sorry if it's written that I'm not a student or mentor in any active course. What does it mean?
Yeah, you need to register as a student. Do you see a button that says that you need to register as a student?
I have on the button register as a mentor.
Oh, and what if you click on the actual link that I sent you, course.js? That one.
It was the same for me when I used the first link, but you should.
Yeah, the second link. Yeah, I sent.
Okay.
Use the second.
Yeah, the second one is work.
Okay, cool. You might see something different than me because I did see that there was some sort of weird issues with the actual run. I will look into that if you have problems with it, but if everything works correctly, you should be able to see something similar to this. So I'm just gonna quickly introduce you to all the features here. Oh yeah, Maxime has already sent that. Okay, so basically something's wrong with the course, but I will fix it, don't worry. You can just basically rewatch the video after I'm done. So the dashboard here, what you need to do is basically create your repository first by just clicking on it. We will quickly create your private repository for you. It takes a while, but okay, it's taken a long while. Yeah, I know, just score and schedule is visible. Okay, so once it's done loading, GitHub will automatically send you an invite to access your private repo. So basically you need to check your email. Once you create your repository, okay, whatever. So this is the link to it. You can see this is your space. This is where you will be committing all of your work. This is private, no one else can see it. So yeah, you will be using this. What's more is that you could also go to your profile. I would really appreciate if you use Discord integration. You will see a button here that says authorize or something similar. So please do that. So it's easier to find you if I have any questions. Also, I guess I'll show you the score tab because people, for some reason, people are not seeing it for now. But this is the score tab. You will see basically everyone that is involved in this course. You should be able to see yourself if you successfully registered as well. So what this does is basically, this is the table for all of the students and you can see how they're doing. So this is basically your total score. Everyone has 0 now, of course. Crosscheck, this is just for technical purposes, it doesn't really matter. And now the important part. So as you can see as the columns here, these are all of your tasks. So as we seen before, Markdown and Git, the first task, then the Git test, then semantics, CSS test, HTML test, and so on and so on. Basically all of the tasks that you saw in the scheduler, you will see here. You can also click on this link to access the actual task description and similar things. And yeah, basically, when you receive scores, they will be portrayed here, but do be aware that total scores and positions only refresh on, I think, 4 a.m. every day. In Lithuania time, it's like 3 a.m. So if you ever see zeros for completed tasks, don't worry because the score has just not updated yet. So yeah, so how to actually submit tasks, because I did see some people asking about that. So if the task is automatic, for example, the first task is automatic. All you have to do is create a Git branch, I think, and just add some text in there. So after you do that, you need to click on Autotest right here. And you can select the task you want to check here. So basically right now, there are 2 tasks available for you, Markdown and Git test. So when you complete the Markdown task, you just select this task and click Submit. And that is basically it. It will take some time because it's automatic and it just takes some time to verify. And regarding the tests, as someone asked, once you have a test available, you just click on it and it will just appear here. Oh, and it has 5 attempts left. It shows everything basically. So you just open up the test and you will be presented with the questions here. So you just select your answers. You select everything, you click submit, and your score will be submitted. You have 5 attempts, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem. And you must score at least 75% to pass. Yeah. Oh, and do be aware that if you use up all of your attempts, the next, for example, if you're on your 6th attempt, whatever score you get, it's going to get divided by half. So yeah, it's written here, but some people tend to miss it and then ask questions. So yeah. Oh, and the Markdown task is finally checked. So you can see the results here. Completed. I got 0 because I haven't completed the score, failed task requirements, no CV, blah, blah, blah. There will be plenty of questions when you actually start doing the tasks, but I hope that everything will be okay. What else is, I guess, the schedule here? You can just see whatever you see on the Excel file I sent you. It's basically the same thing. And everything else is pretty much irrelevant to you at this point. And regarding people not seeing any columns, I can see what you're texting, but I will have to fix it a bit later. Sorry for that.
So sorry for interruption. Can I ask?
Sure.
I can't find myself here in RS App School. Like I have a here.
What's your nickname?
2020. What's my name?
Like GitHub right here. What's your GitHub?
Ablaykun.
Is this you?
No, give me a sec.
Well, I think that there's just some problems with the course, so I will just ask the. Okay, yeah, you're not here. So.
Write it down here.
Yeah, you're not in the course yet, so yeah, we will solve these problems a bit later. No worries. I mean.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Irem. Eustace. Eustace, you have your hand up, so you want to ask something?
Sorry, it was an accident.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so do we have any questions here, except for that the app is not working? Because yeah, something's wrong and I will try to fix it. I just can't really do it right now.
Yeah, actually, I have a question regarding stage 1. As you mentioned before, if we will finish the stage 1 and then we will get stage 2, and then that time we will get assigned with mentors. And then I consider is who is outside of the Lithuania, they have a less chance, or they don't have a chance to get hired. Am I right?
No, they will not even receive a mentor if you don't have a work permit. You will not receive a mentor at all.
Yeah, and then do we get some interview?
No.
Okay, and then I can see we don't have any chance to get the hire. Am I right?
No, unfortunately not.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so do we still have questions about the schedule, about the app? Any unanswered questions? Because basically, I think I've covered everything. So yeah. Don't forget to actually click on the create repository as I showed you before. I cannot re-show you because it's already done. So if you missed something, just watch the recording. So yeah, I will try to fix that. I know Arvidas, I know no one's seeing the scores. I will try to fix that. The recording will be available. Let me just show you. Basically, you see these lectures here on the left. They are hidden from you, but I will, after this meeting, I will unprivate them and I will put the recording here after it's done. It's not going to be instant because it takes time, but I will upload it to YouTube, put the link here, and you can basically access every lecture here. It's a bit like more convenient. You just see HTML, CSS. It's the same video as you see in the YouTube channel, because we also have this YouTube channel. We also have a playlist that is entirely for Lithuania. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So this is actually the first lecture you will need to watch, Git, because we were supposed to cover it now, but we already out of time. So you will just have to watch this on your own because there's a test from Git and there's the first task from Git and you have a week to do it. So I would suggest just watching it right now after this meeting. And yeah, I will also share this link right here. Don't worry, it's going to be here. So yeah. Any other questions? Yep. Just go ahead, Helga.
If I will receive my working permit in Lithuania only in August, and stage 2 is starting in April, I don't remember. Have I got a chance to receive a mentor?
Well, this is basically a very specific case, and I think we should just discuss it privately.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Aizada? Vladimir?
Yes, hello. I would like to ask you, since I'm in Ukraine and I don't have a work permit to work in Lithuania, what are my options basically? So I can go until stage 2 and learn something, and that's it? Or do I have any options to, I don't know, maybe connect with some other courses made by EPAM in Ukraine? Or what are my options basically? Could you please?
Well, you are free to learn. I mean, all of these materials are freely available to everyone. What's different for people who don't have a work permit is just that they won't get hired in EPAM Lithuania and they won't receive a mentor. And that is basically all the difference. Oh, and no interviews, of course, because no mentors to actually interview you. Other than that, I would think that, yeah, you should just find the courses in Ukraine. I'm not sure about the current courses, but I think we do have even free offices in Ukraine. So I think that they do have some sort of courses. So yeah, and I know that some of the people here come from Community Z. So for those people, what I want you to do is basically register through the training portal as well. It's just for basically statistics. So I will send you the link. If you haven't already registered through here, please do that. Nurgul, you have your hand up, so go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to, you mentioned that if not only Lithuanian permit, but European Union permit to work is fine, is it?
Yeah, because with basically, if you can work in European Union, you can work in Lithuania as well, and that is enough.
Okay, I have long-term student visa, which kind of allows to work. Is it fine?
Again, this is a very specific scenario, so just reach out to me privately.
Okay.
I can't really decide.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So people are saying that relogging inside the RS School site helped. So please try to do that and let me know if you see at least the score table, because this is what's important here. Everything else is basically irrelevant, only the score table. So yeah. Yeah, I see I do see some likes coming in, so I think that, yeah, relogging works. So that's new for me as well. I actually haven't seen anything like that, but I'm glad that it's fixed. All right. So, Aizada, you still have a question, or is your hand up?
Hi, can you hear me? Hi.
I can barely hear you, unfortunately.
Because I have a question because I registered and I accidentally, I guess, registered for another course, previous course, JS preschool, and how can I unenroll from it? So current will work properly, because when I change for the current course, it's saying accidental problem is happening. I guess it's technical issue.
Yeah, you should just go to your profile as I did. You just click view and there should be student statistics here. You see courses and you can just click leave course.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Yeah, Jonas, it's not reloading. It's actually logging out and logging back in. It's not reloading. Okay. Are there any more questions? All right, so regarding the logging issues, I'm sure we can just sort it out. No problem here, but just if you have issues again, just contact me directly. But try to solve them on your own first, because if you imagine like 100 people start texting me, so it's not going to be really good. All right, so it was nice meeting you all. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. It took me a bit longer than I anticipated, so sorry for that. But we did have a lot of questions, and I'm glad no one has any questions now. That means everyone like has a clear understanding of what we're going to do here. So I wish you good luck, and this webinar is over, and see you on the course. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks a lot.